you know, the 2020 has to be new activity. We're 12 days in, meaning as an entrepreneur, we should be focused on our social medias. That's what I've been training on for these last 2 weeks, right? Is our tenacity online. Now, if we're gonna grow as entrepreneurs, we're gonna grow into six-figure networkers. One thing we have to focus on seriously is our influence online. So I want everybody to pull out their calendars right now, right? Pull out your calendar, and I want you to write down what you're going to sacrifice, and with that sacrifice, how you're going to replace that investment with a photo shoot. Right? I want you to plan it out right now. Right? I want you to plan it out right now. I want you to also plan out the sacrifice you're going to need to invest in equipment. Now, some of you on the line has went to the online brandkit.com, where you see you got stuff like this cool stuff like this. You got some podcast stuff. You got some cool stuff like the ring lights. There's some ring lights here. And you got some cool stuff, right? You can get some stuff. You get your whiteboards there, because when you're setting up to be an internet entrepreneur, you got to do those things, right? So let me say the website again: onlinebrandkit.com. Has anybody shopped on that website already? Has anybody got any products from that website? You just unmute yourself and kind of tell the team what you purchased.
Yes, sir. This is Zenja, checking in coach out of Las Vegas. And I got the full setup on the ring light that holds your phone and allows you to have the proper lighting, and then the remote control. You can go ahead and take pictures and do videos from an area just like you're sitting right there. So just putting together my home office, super excited about it. Thanks.
Yeah, and I love what you said, home office, because that's exactly what this is. See, when you're internet entrepreneurs, because everybody on this line, all 100 plus of you on this line, you got to turn into an internet entrepreneur. And write this down on your notes. You got to do what's required, not what you feel like. Right? Because think about it. You got to have a vision. So if you don't have a vision, obviously you're not trying to build a brand. Because if you plan on quitting next month, if your whole success is factored around you making money this week, there's no way you're a long-term thinker, and there's no way you're going to give yourself a fair chance at being a long-term celebrity, right? Because I'm a regular person, but online I'm a celebrity. Like, I want to put this in perspective. I would never, like, there's not been a time, and I'm not saying this to brag, because bragging is not cool. Bragging is one of the lamest things on earth. But what I'm here sitting in front of you as is a testimony on facts, factual data. So it's a fact that when I was an electrician, nobody gave a damn about me. Nobody knew me. It's also a fact when I put my brand on YouTube, there hasn't been a year, an opportunity that I've been to the airport and someone hasn't said, hey, you're that whatever guy, because I've branded so many things online. See, you can brand so many things online that fits each niche, and people from all over the world in that niche will find you, right? Because it's just what it is, right? It's just what it is. So if I was you, that's what I mean by becoming a micro celebrity, right? Because your micro celebrity status to me is the best celebrity status, because you can make a whole lot of money. Ladies and gentlemen, we've made close to $1 million in just YouTube marketing. Seriously, we've helped YouTube marketing brought over 8,000 people in my networking career, personal, like just in the particular company now, we're approaching 500 signups, right? That's 500 signups. Like me, I used to be an electrician, but when I became a brand and I understood my job, I need y'all to write this down. Your job as an influencer is to post daily. Some of y'all are not creative to know what to post, so you got to mimic whoever you're following, whoever you look up to. So if they post some food, you go post some food, right? If they go post a coupon sale for some crap, you go post a coupon sale for some crap. If they do a video where they're showcasing their self and they might be dancing, you go out there and go dance. This thing is simple. It's just you're lazy. And if you're lazy, there's no way you're going to be wealthy in today's age. And I love what Meek Mill said. He's one of my favorite rappers. Meek Mill said, today's age is the easiest way to become a multi-millionaire in today's age. So if you're not working to become a today's multi-millionaire, that means you are working on a project that was dated hundreds of years ago. What do I mean? You can't take your job more serious than your brand. That is just complete suicide. So write this down. Your job as an Instagram influencer is to post daily. You're literally supposed to, and when you post daily, you're not going to get 1,000 signups. That's just not what it is. But what you're going to get is 5 to 10% of your following. So if you have 100 people following you, you should be a platinum 600 right now. You should be making some type of money. Think about it. If you have 100 followers, 10 people should want to spend money with you, right? Think about it. And you're only going to get those 10 people or 20 people or 30 people, or in my case, it's 500 people. And that's not even all of it because I got like 30,000 subscribers. So I think that's 3,000 personal signups I'm going to have by the time I'm done with this thing, right? So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter the number. What matters is your vision, and your vision can't be a 30-day vision. So you got to be intentional with your content. Also, the best thing about focusing on value before money, people will see the genuineness in you. That's on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook Live, you talking to people offline, because offline is also key as well. It's just not the only key, right? It's just not the only key. So focusing on the value first before the price, before the pitch, before, the call to action is just as important as you become an influencer. So that's why I said be intentional. The next thing, write this down. We're not going to be here all day. The next thing is choosing your brand. Like, we want you at the end of 52 weeks, at the end of this course, we want you to be a brand. Like, seriously. Some of you've taken the course last year and you're a brand this year. I'm getting text messages of people saying their business has increased. Matter of fact, if your business has increased from the time we started working together from right now, please just make some noise. Say my business has increased, and how has it increased?
My business has increased.
My business has increased. My business has increased. The impact has increased.
Yeah, impact, definitely.
Awesome. So yeah, so as you see, it's just serious if you actually do the work, right? So choosing your brand and your hashtag is very important. So moving forward, I'm asking everybody, just hashtag 52 weeks. Hashtag no more 9 to 5. Hashtag your company. Hashtag your brand. But this is going to allow people to redirect their traffic towards you. And that's huge when you're talking about intercepting other people's traffic. So you want to add it to every post, right? It brings more people looking at you depending on the niche. So even if you're not talking about real estate, still hashtag real estate, because it's drawing the data from people who's researching real estate to your post, and they don't even know you're talking about real estate. They're gonna it's intercepting data, right? Also, it helps you stay consistent to the work. Like, you can't say after this call, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to post. You don't know where to find what to post. Like, if that's you, then once again, you're lazy. And there's certain forms of laziness, certain forms of procrastination, and we went over those forms of procrastination. And if I was you, I wouldn't be the person who's titled a procrastinator, right? Because a procrastinator that's worse than anything. Like I'd rather be. Nah, I ain't gonna say that because that's not true. But procrastination is just the worst thing ever. Like seriously, like right now, if you've been procrastinating, comment in the chat box. I have, right? Just those 2 words, I have, or comment under the video description. Comment, I have, right? Because the first form of actually changing, from a procrastinator is actually admitting it out loud. You got to admit it. You can't heal what's not revealed, right? So the next thing to get people blowing up your Instagram, blowing up your Facebook, blowing up anything in this factor is testimonies. So like if you're a rock star like John Melvin, if you're a rock star, like a few of our rock stars like Jack Daniels, Curtis, there's a few rock stars who's actually making some things happen, right? If you already are a rock star, what you need to do is get some testimonials. All right, hold on, let me mute the line. Sunshine is just loud. All right. So what we got to do is get some testimonials in this thing. Excuse me. So you've helped somebody do something, right? And if you have, you need to reach out to that person and tell them to shout you out, tag your page, because when you get testimonials, you gain instant positioning. I need you to understand this. And that's why you got to show up to events, because you can show up to events and interview people who are the testimony, right? So that's huge, collecting and storing data. Right? So you need testimonies to gain instant positioning, and to be absolutely honest with you, in your stories and highlights is where you want to post those testimonies, in your stories and highlights, right? You can also privately inbox your testimonies. That creates awareness of who you are. So when you post a testimony, people's like, who is this in my inbox? And they actually go to your page. And that's when you have to be creative. That's kind of called backlinking, right? There's so many ways to get people to look at what you want them to look at indirectly, right? But testimonies, the main thing about testimonies, I built my whole YouTube channel off of testimonies. In every project that I've done, I've sold services, I've sold products, I've sold everything. And YouTube is how I've exploded, because people, even if it's a small testimony, it doesn't have to be huge in the beginning. A small testimony will create traction. It'll create belief. That's really the truly only insurance you have in getting multiple people to join your business. That's the only insurance, because belief in the buyer is everything. Some of you are doing the work, but the person you're doing the work to, the person who's actually looking at you, the reason why they haven't joined you, the reason why they haven't given you any money is because of the belief. Do they believe in what you're saying? And if they don't, then that's why you always got to call your upline, call somebody and get a testimony. Testimonies will close the deal on and offline. I want y'all to matter of fact, comment fire in the chat box if you're going to go out and do that tomorrow, because this training call, this 2020 year is not about me listening to you. It's about me telling you what to do. You doing it, you getting results. We meeting at a private island, and then you can tell me about everything else. But I don't want to talk to you unless you're on a private island with me. If you agree, comment, I'm in alignment, coach, right? Because I want all of you in this course to be my rich friends, not my broke friends. I want y'all to be the top networkers in the entire universe, right? And it starts with getting people liking and commenting on your post. Now, once people comment and like your post, the next thing we got to focus on is one of my favorite things to focus on. This is why all of you are actually here today, because you want to learn how to convert better, right? You want to learn how to take somebody from liking your stuff to the next phase of commenting on your stuff, to the next phase of joining your business, which is the next phase of you welcome them to your private group chat, right? So this is the thing, this is the goal. When people are watching your content, the goal is to get people to take immediate action while they're inspired. So if you don't have systems set up, if you're balling on a budget, you don't have capture pages, you don't have a YouTube channel, you don't have your own website, right? Then what you must do is at the end of your video, because if everybody should have a video, because a video is free. You don't need money or a budget to do a video, right? You just need this right here. Matter of fact, if you had this thing right here, you could do a video. This thing right here cost, on Online Brand Kit, I think this was like $10, right? So hot lava, baby. Get that thing, you don't even have to hold it, right? So to get people to convert, you want to tell people to inbox you their number. Click my link now. You should even practice that. That's actually, you should practice that. That takes skill to do like this. Click my link now, right? Matter of fact, if you're on the line, I want you to unmute. I mean, not unmute, but show your face. I don't know what the word for that is, but show your face, right? And go like this. Click the link. All right. So on 3, let's everybody do it who's ready to become an internet celebrity, right? We're gonna do it on 3.
Click the link.
All right, you got
Click the link.
Unmute your phone.
Click the link.
For real.
Click the link.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Click my
Link now.
Link now.
Right here.
Right now, let me know. Right here.
Right now. Click my
Click
link.
the link. I want y'all to practice right now. Hold on, I'm about to mute y'all out. Y'all turned up. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Y'all are like off the chain. All right. So right now, I want y'all to practice saying this. Now listen, if you got value, I want you to send me your number now. All right. 1, 2, 3. Unmute yourself and practice saying that. If you got value, send me your number right now.
Value.
Send me your number right now.
Send me your number right now.
Now, if you have value.
Send me your number right now. Right now.
If you have value, click that number to me right now.
If you have value,
And see, that's why you got to practice. Somebody said, click that number to me right now. Like, what are you talking about? Click that number, right? And send me that number, right? So, and that's okay to mess up. That's why you got to keep practicing, right? The person who doesn't practice, you're the only idiot. Somebody on the line is saying, oh, y'all sound crazy. Yeah. And you sound crazy not for trying. Like, you're the lazy person we're talking about. You just proved it to yourself. You're lazy. And as we're all going to graduate in 52 weeks, you're going to be the person who takes this course, and on the 52nd week, you still have week 2 knowledge. You have week 2 skill set because you're not the person practicing in private so you can deliver in public. Simple as that, right? But once again, let's focus on the people who's focused. So another thing you want to practice when you get home or wherever you're at is you want to tell people, hey, click the link in my bio. We need to book a call. See, when you become an Instagram positioned celebrity or influencer, whatever you want to call it, now you can start practicing being a boss by booking appointments, right? Now, things you can do to ball on a budget. This right here has to be solid, right? If you need to ball on a budget, the first thing you want to do is be creative with your posts. Now, me, I got a tab right here. It's called my swag tab, right? It's called my swag tab. And the person I was studying today was Joel Osteen. So if you follow me, you'll see a lot of my posts today was spiritual because I was on my Joel Osteen vibe today, right? So be creative with your posts. Have long and short posts. So some of my posts are short, some of my posts are long. You got to do that, switch it up because you want to gauge where you're getting the most traffic on. Right? You want to gauge your audience. Everybody's audience is different. That's why you can't be a punk and be looking at somebody's chapter 12, like, oh man, this girl is amazing. I can never be like her. And you're on chapter 1. So don't compare her chapter 12. Just look at it to compete. So I need y'all to write that down. Never compare, always compete. And that will hit you as you probably look at this video again and again and again. It's going to hit you like a ton of bricks what that means. It took me 2 years to understand what that really meant, right? But we don't have 2 years. We only have a couple more minutes. So moving on. The next thing you want to do is you want to show your living life. Show your living life.
There you are.
Simple stuff. Please mute your phone. Let's kick this person off. Who is this? We're not even playing in 24. LG Style 4. Let's kick them out. All right. This is too valuable for y'all to not respect this. Every Sunday night, when we do our coaching calls for all our clients, y'all, this is too valuable. You got to be focused. And that's the reason why some of you are not winning, is because you're not focused. You're trying to do too many things. You got to focus. Focus. Like be a mailman later. Be a plant worker later. Like, focus. And the way you focus is by, what does your calendar say? What does your calendar say? So let's get back to it. How do you get your page interesting on a budget? Simple. If you're a family-oriented person, show that you're a family-oriented person. If you're a business type person, show that you're a business type person. If you have a lot of fun, responsible fun, show that you're having responsible fun, right? But at the end of the day, whatever your definition of success is, you show just that. Because that's all the top influencers on the internet do. They're either showing their lifestyle with their family, showing they're eating good, showing that they're about their business, they're doing meetings, huh? You can't show that you're about your business at the house all the time, right? You got to be doing something. That's called grind. And remember, you relate better when you literally start at the chapter you're on. That's why you can't really compare yourself to somebody as you're duplicating them. You can only compete saying they can't outwork you. Like, one of the people I'm watching is, which everybody's watching, is Grant Cardone, Gary Vee. These people are way older than me, but have way more content than me. So I feel a certain way with getting outworked by these individuals. So I really hope that this Instagram training fed your brain. Does anybody have any questions about what I just said?